London. Sorry about that on the microphone. Hope you guys are doing well tonight. We'll go through the technicals on Bitcoin. Wow, what a day. There's a whole lot going on in crypto, especially with Bitcoin. Not sure what everyone else is doing in terms of Dogecoin, maybe a rug pill. I think they need an anti-rug pull pill. Anyway, there's got some problems around those altcoins again. Saw that. I'd say very uninteresting about all that stuff. But want to welcome in all the VIP, etc. I think Matt Wallace had some problems, and I don't know. I'll be interested to see how that works out. He's claiming innocence, so we will see if that's going to work out. We're more concerned with Bitcoin here. Always, guys, you hear it from me. Never be overexposed at a higher price, right? Always be careful what you invest in. Just don't be overexposed at a higher price in terms of that. So we can maybe talk about that a little bit. I don't want to turn this into a hate session on anybody. I hope you guys are doing well tonight. But yeah, I just saw this thing on Matt Wallace and listened to him try to defend himself a little bit. The Dogecoin community is definitely welcome here. You guys know that. We traded Doge live, and I don't know what's going on with all that in terms of all the details. I don't invest in those micro cap coins. We focus on Bitcoin. Guys, let me know what's going on in terms of your evening. Hope everything is going well. This is London. I have a little bit of a different chart up tonight. I wanted to correct one thing last night. I was chatting with Angel. Shout out to Angel. We talked about the rate of change last night. He was talking about volatility. Typically, you'll hear not volatility. I'm sorry, momentum. You'll hear momentum frequently referred to as the rate of change, just so that you know if you're into calculations, etc. For just so that you know, just to clarify from last night, for a rate of change, you would technically divide the current price by a preceding price. For the momentum, you would take the price and subtract the previous price. Just wanted to cover that up front and center. If anyone is watching to kind of, learn the ins and outs, while you'll hear momentum referred to as the rate of change, we did discuss that in a little bit of a not so uncomplicated fashion. So to let you know, yes, for the actual rate, you would divide. For the actual just clear momentum move, you would actually just subtract. So just wanted to let you guys know that up front and center. Hope you guys are having a good night and your week is coming along well. We are on. Oh, thank goodness, it's almost Thursday. That helps a lot. In terms of the price action to the upside, we'll cover the details. I wanted to give us a little bit of a projection in terms of the upward, since 2017 to 18, looking at some sort of a framework that we can project to the upside. While we're looking for positive prices, I wanted to give us a bit of a trend demarcation that encapsulates the top and the bottom, just these most recent Fibonacci retracements, etc. Nothing that will stand in stone, but while we're looking at the different patterns tonight, I thought I'd give us a little bit of a starter. There is Craig. What's up, Craig? VIP and Pathfinder in the house. Hey. Guys, I was just talking about Matt Wallace, and I will say one thing for the record on Dogecoin, etc. Now, you guys know we traded Dogecoin live. In fact, I'll literally split the screen because I'm like a shameless Doge trader. I really don't mind, guys. Doge with me is just like it's any other coin, and I'll say it's not Luna. Period. It's just not Luna. It's not Solana. It's not you guys know. It's not It's not AVAX. It's not Phantom. It's not Doge is Doge. Doge has its own community. I just watched was it Luke VIP? And guys, I want to say Craig, shout out. Hello. Let me put VIP and shout out to Angel. Hope you're here, brother. Hope everything's going well. And Pathfinder. Boom. Let's do that. And VIP. Want to welcome you guys. Now, in terms of Dogecoin, it created a phenomenal amount of wealth. You guys know that. For the people who got in late, it was a little discouraging, right? A little bit difficult. But we had a blast trading Dogecoin live. We never had a problem in terms of that. Now, I will say there's one aspect of crypto that we do know, that I do know here. Some people become vicious. I mean, literally, they will take and twist and contort. I've had people call me scammer, this and that, literally bend the truth further than you could, kick a soccer ball around the planet, literally. And I've chosen not to respond to any of the quote-unquote haters with the scam on this and scam on this. Like, literally, if I were to defend myself, I'd literally pick the phone up and make a phone call on a video and say, oh, by the way, so you do know me. Oh, okay, great. And you do represent such and such. Oh, okay, great. I'm not going to discredit other people by entertaining some haters, right? And you can identify them normally. I'll tell you guys, it's just a matter of crypto. Let's talk about it with Matt Wallace and the potential rug pull on his coin, etc. Just to discuss it. And guys, I blocked Matt Wallace. Oddly enough, I blocked him a period of months ago. If you guys look at my Twitter, I don't know if you can tell, but I blocked him months ago, literally last year, a long time ago. There were a few incidences where I literally felt It looks like Doge is in some bullish patterning, by the way, if you guys are interested in that. Looks like on the daily, you're in some bullish patterning. Very interesting. And as you would, there you go. As we would, and it's no big deal. Pathfinder, it's no big deal. As we would just talk about it, I just want to, I'll say two things about anyone who's getting attacked on the internet. See if anyone else might have a motive, right? Has anyone else tried to always look at the other side of the coin? Has anyone tried to take something from that individual? Has anyone ever tried to extort the individual or something like that? If there's a chart behind it and people have invested and they've gotten hurt that way, I would probably, me personally, I would stick with the technicals. Aside from that, I would just generally caution everyone that the internet is full of, guys, Doge is looking pretty sweet, by the way. Looking pretty good here. Not a bad pattern formation. A little bit of a descending triangle noted here. Bull flag on the candle work. It's interesting. Huh? Nice impression thus far on Doge. And again, here, never overexposed at a higher price. You guys know that. Always ready and willing to cover an upside position with a lower target. But as I would say, the big thing that I really realized in crypto is that the internet is just full of some types that you just wouldn't want to deal with, right? As we look at Bitcoin on the right-hand side, let's actually cover while we just look at Doge up about Doge is up. Let's look. Doge up 1.3, potentially trying to break out of this specific pattern formation would be a nice move to the upside if it can repeat this, just so we know here. Let's look at that up to the upside. It would be about over 16 cents. That'd be an accomplishment for Doge, particularly if anyone picked up at that low level like Pathfinder did. Bam. Just in and around just under 11 cents. So that'd be a phenomenal move from that low level pickup, boom, to the top. Yeah, that'd be nice. 50% move. That'd be beautiful overall. So, yeah, I would just caution people in terms of the internet in general, crypto, when there's a lot of anonymity, when people are able to just kind of hide behind the scenes, etc. You pick up a lot of difficult types, guys. I want to really reinforce that there's a lot of difficult people out there. It is a hotbed for targeting generally, just to let you guys know. The average person on the internet, in terms of their their decorum, their manners, this and that. I'll speak volumes about VIP. You guys are awesome. You're a professional crowd. It's come together very well. But in terms of a lot of the hate that may go on right now with the scam this and scam that, I just try and look through what's their personal incentive. Have they explained themselves fully? And I always go to the source. Me, myself, I always go to the source if I want a real opinion as to whether or not someone is above repute or not. That's what I choose to do, not believe any kind of a hate video or otherwise. But there are quite a few things floating around right now from the from the Bybit I don't know, guys, debacle, etc. From Dogecoin. I guess there was a rug pull on a coin recently, allegedly, right? And I just want to encourage everyone. Just never be overexposed, right? Expect some of these, if you were to expect some of your investments to go to zero. Now, if it was intentional, something like that, I think that'll all work out in the wash. People normally don't just walk away from situations like that. So we'll see what all comes into the foray in terms of crypto in 2022. I just want to appreciate you guys. So we will see how all that works out. A little bit disappointing to see that just continually happen, but you're just noticing. I even saw a channel the other day, which is it's all scams. Everything is a scam. Every channel, everything is a scam. I'm like, it doesn't surprise me because it pulls in viewers. So always ask yourself, does someone have an incentive? And if you ever have a question about whether or not someone is a scam, etc., maybe ask them, right? Just be tough about it. Be like, I have a question about such and such. You might be surprised with the answer, or you might be the answer might be right on. But I would encourage you all to do that as we are kind of grown-up adults. We can do things like that, so that's a good thing. As we would look at the bull flag on BTC, and it's a distraction in and of itself. I will admit that. But I'm thankful for this group, without a doubt. Hope you guys are doing well. We are still hung up at this level. You guys know this specific small bull flag. I brought some ideas over to Angel earlier tonight, just in terms of some kind of advanced technicals that we were looking at. The big feature here, as you guys know, and I have drawn out essentially some GAN formations that we can look at. Whether or not I would want to get into kind of the resistance levels, adjust them a bit to really make it conform, I'm not going to necessarily do that, but you do at least have the target formations here at the lower end of things, the threshold of the 50% pickup, which is nice to see in the box on the resistance fan. below on the targets, just to give us an idea of the upward trajectory that we could take here with BTC, so that we're not limited or confined, assuming we have set a bottom. Now, that is with the understanding, and you guys know this, that at each and every step along the way here, the pattern could fail, right? So while we're expressing an upward shift in the price action, very, very exciting, guys, extremely exciting. And the most exciting part, I have to say, of anything is the targeting that I see with the group continually. And anyone who targets in this group, etc., you know the targets are the key to success in crypto. The people who achieve their targets, it is just I don't know what's going on with that. That doesn't make any sense. I just got a message from let's see, Slim. How is that possible, Slim? I have no idea. I'm going to pull up a side screen here for Slim. Let me get over here on the side, because that shouldn't be happening. Slim is a VIP. He's trying to communicate right now, and he says he can't communicate. So I'm going to go into, if you VIP, etc., we'll have just a moment of patience. I'm going to go into the let's go into my settings here and make sure this Slim is in the clear, because there should be no problem if it's blocking his text. If anyone has any any experience with blocking texts or something on YouTube, I would really like to know how that could go about happening. I'm not sure what that is. We have the moderators. Let me just look at this. I have the moderators lined out. Let's see. Approved users. Let's see what we have under approved users. Let's see what I don't see Slim at all on any kind of a list or anything. That's let's see what we have, because Slim's great in the back, etc. We have to have him here. We just have to. So let me see what Slim. Let me go ahead and search through the you may hear a few beeps while I go through the technicals, but I want to make sure that Slim is here. Without a doubt, I want to make sure he's not on a list or anything like that, that YouTube hasn't put him on the corner or something like that. I don't think they would put anyone in the corner, but let's look at this. Let me look through my options here on the specific. Just Slim, I'm going to work for you. I want to see if I can get you up and running. And if it's on your if it's your text, have you tried a different computer? That's an odd thing. I don't want you to have to. Let me see here. I don't want you to have to. Yeah, you are not on any list that would prevent this at all. Let me see what we have. Blocked links. It says links are blocked. Links are blocked, just to let you know. And as I would look at this, I just want to make sure that you are okay. Let me do one more thing, Slim, and then I think we will be in the clear. And you guys, I appreciate all you being here. Shout out to Freddie last night, who decided to do a super chat. That was awesome, brother. That was very, very cool. I appreciated that very much. In terms of the super chat, just that level of gratitude means a lot to me. It's been a couple months since I got a super chat, and I was like, hey, that's how that feels again. It's important for me to know that you guys are doing well also. Let me dig into this. Okay, Slim, I have one more option to see if I can get you in terms of ability to chat. Let me get into the settings one more time, and let me add in your channel as an approved. You'll be an explicitly approved individual. Let me do this. Manage permissions, community. Let me go to the community. And sorry, guys, this is just important for Slim. You guys know we'll wait for Slim 2 seconds here. Let me get into Slim. Goody. And that should be, let's see what we have here right there. Bam, bam, bam. Let me get through this. And let's see if Slim is in. There we go. Now, Slim, try and do a chat. Let's see if we can do this so we can get Slim up and rolling. Let's do this real quickly. Slim, try to text, okay, in chat, because I've just reset the whole parameter. I've added you to a specific list of approved, like you're up front and center on my list of anybody who can talk. So I'd be real surprised if you can't talk at all. So let me know, Slim. And you guys, I do the same for you any point in time. So you let me know if any of you have trouble communicating in the chat, because that's a key feature. Let's see. I checked the other night to see. Check now. There we go. Okay, Slim. Okay, so I've redone that. Let's see if Slim can chat with us, because Slim is a key VIP. We really appreciate having him around, and we want him to. Hey, first chat comes in the room with Doge. What's up? There we go. Okay, there we go. Now, I had to add you to a specific list. You are number one on my list, period. So in terms of all that, just to talk about Slim being around, very nice. And yeah, as we have a lot of Doge traders, I guess the big thing that we've talked talk about anyone else, rug pull or whatever else. Let's just not disparage people here necessarily. Let's keep this clean. Let's keep it technical. Keep your gloves above your belt and protect yourself at all time, right? Just in terms of let's have a good, clean fight, But you guys know, just in terms of the technicals, we don't want to get too distracted with things. But I just want to encourage you guys just to let other people rant and rave, and always confirm things with the source. To the extent that you'd like to confirm something with a source, just confirm it with a source. That's what I would prefer that you guys do. So I know that we're all capable of doing things in line with that. So looking at BTC, what a wild, I have to say this, guys. Been looking at this 4-hourly chart. I've been looking at the 4-hourly chart like, are you serious? Honestly, this is some of the most, I just say, odd price action that we've seen in a while. Looking at some lines of support, they are coming into play. I'll state that on BTC. And sorry for a little bit of a, just a little bit of a distraction here or there, but we want to just kind of cover some of the things that are in crypto, i.e. like Luna. You guys look at Luna, very interesting. BTC acquisition monster Luna. Right, they're gonna get some. Yeah, they're gonna get some. They're gonna get some haters for that. I'll let you guys know. We're talking about haters and this and that. It's like now they're gonna essentially somewhat be backed by BTC. When the dollar wasn't good enough, that's gonna be the name of their book. When the dollar wasn't good enough, and they'll have a lot of people that are jumping on board with that one. So as we look at the variable lines of support here on BTC, but exciting news from. Excitingly interesting news, from Terra. Looking forward to seeing how that all works out with Luna. Very interesting. Terra going to potentially be one of the largest BTC holders, if not the largest BTC holder. Seems a little bit involved. I'm going to say that. It seems a little bit tight-knit, doesn't it? Very interesting. If there was a board of directors for Bitcoin, they might be in trouble, right? Those board of directors for Bitcoin are probably going to be in trouble. So I doubt that we're going to have that. Look at what Freddie's saying. What's going on, Freddie and Ed? I think you came in and said serum the other night. I'm going to have to block you. Okay, I'm going to have to block you now. Just don't shill things, dude. It's not. This is not the time nor place to do that. So I did that last night. The last time I'll do that, I'm going to go ahead and kick you out. Let's see. Hide user on this channel. Yeah, YouTube, we don't need people who are just going to come in here and misbehave. We prefer a good, strong crowd of traders. So if you could accommodate that, we would be very, very much appreciative. Okay, we'll try and behave ourselves 100% in this room. Okay, in this chat, we try to. Believe it or not, we do try, YouTube. So looking at this, shout out to the VIP. Yo, Freddie, what's up? Freddie did a great super chat last night. Appreciated that very much. And I was going to tell everybody, it's important for me to see that you guys are doing well, right? I say that to Angel all the time. I say that to you guys as well. When the market is doing well, I like to see that you guys are doing well. And some people will just want to crank back cash into trades, etc. I understand that fully, but it's just a good show of like recognition to me that you guys are trading well, things are going well, and that that life's going well, that you're able to have a little splash cash, a little bit of just like show some respect cash for the community, for VIP, like Angel's done quite a great job at that. Certainly, it's just been a while. Not sure Angel taking a hiatus from status of Super Chat King. He's relaxed a little bit, so that's okay. As he chooses to do that, I just enjoy them because I know that like Angel is doing well when that is occurring. So when he is shouting out to the group and reinforcing the principles of VIP, his own principles as well, and I'm excited to continue to see that in the future, if and when he decides to change course a little bit and see if he wants to get back up and running. Hopefully all those trades are going great. Angel, I know you had complaints about some higher positions in DOT or something else, but I just would always encourage you to double down into those positions, right? Those low targets that I gave you on DOT, the exact low with a triple down factor into it on DOT recently. And I know you have a lot of DOT from lower prices, etc., but I just always encourage you to never think about owning at a higher price. As you get hung up on that owns you. And double, triple, compound down into it. Throw a 5-banger into it. Literally compound it by 5 times into the next lowest level of a target below, and no longer do you own it at a higher price. I know you know that, but don't let those positions own you, Angel. And I know you've been around the market plenty, and you're very wise to the ways of handling your positions, but yeah, if you technically feel like you own it at a higher price, it literally starts to own you. And I would just encourage you to double down at those targets that we've provided. Like the 86 on Rune was a hot target. Bam, the absolute low on Rune. period. With dot as well, bam, within the top 3 tier of the scheduling and process. Just hammer into those, brother. And I want you to be excited about your positions, not feel like you own something too high. You cover that position always, and that's not just that's me and Angel just talking a bit, but and he may bring it up so that we can discuss it. Most likely, more than likely, probably 99.999%, probably 199.99%, so that we can all discuss that in terms of covering your upside position, right, with just a hammer. In terms of compounding in at lower levels, it's just really crucial. So let's look at and I appreciate that opportunity to discuss that with VIP Angel. So thank you, to the extent that I'm certain you're bringing it up for that reason. So as we would talk about, this top line resistance is kind of still quirky in terms of the 4 hourly. It's just ugly. So I got to tell you, the 4 hourly is not something we like to see on BTC. That's not ideal nor in perfect conformance with technical analysis. You guys know that. So we need to dig into the other time frames. Let me put Freddie. Boom. There we go. Freddie. Bam. And let's dig into this. Angel brought up momentum last night, which I was just thinking of again today, and I thought, what a great thing for him to talk about momentum on the altcoins. Just an awesome discussion that I really enjoyed last night in terms of that. Just crucial to bring that feature up when we say we need momentum. Yeah, when something is just skyrocketing through, like Rune or Waves has been, various coins, but really those are two of the Waves has been the leader as of late. As we would look at that, just that momentum is a key feature that we would like to see more out of BTC. Momentum, i.e., this specific area in here, boom. A very high momentum move. I've added the specific the speed resistance fan to give us an idea of a projection of what we could expect in terms of the functional trend of BTC. Just to look at, from the framework that we have back in this area about the start of 2017 to 18, looking at a projection up, just to give ourselves kind of a highway. A highway higher, right? We just want to be able to project that into the market as it looks like, we may have completed a double bottom. I just say a double bottom. There's some advanced technical features we could get into. There's some other Forex patterns, right? There's some other kind of harmonics we could get into. All different types of circumstances to describe this specific pattern in terms of the expectations, etc. There are different, I prefer to stay away from harmonics, just so that you know, and I discussed that earlier with Angel, just chatted him up and said, I'm not a fan of them. They can really disappoint, and they're difficult to judge sometimes. It's just not, I don't know, they're just not favored, I'll just say that, in terms of pure TA. So looking at before we go up at all, let's go ahead and look at and just remind, and we'll look again at Doge, see how Doge is doing. Doge still at 1.33%, not bad. Bullish formation along the line of support. Looks like we're trying to maintain that line of support. And I bring up the other potential influencers, etc. in Doge, just to let you guys know, if you're trading Doge and you need a Doge community, that would be nothing new for us, and maybe we'll become a little bit more prominent in the Doge community to the extent that is kind of permissible or expected. That's fine. That's to the extent that we choose to stay with BTC, that's fine as well. We have enjoyed trading them live, both of them live. A lot of hours spent with Doge, guys. A ton of live hours spent with Doge, just so you know. So that's in our DNA a bit as well. A lot of fun. We have fun because it's good for families. It's good for like kiddos. It's good for like everything. Luke in the house. Luke, you guys want to see? Can I show I want to show the video of your pup. Luke got the coolest dog on the planet. Luke, VIP, bam. I want to see this. VIP. Can I show? I'm going to put this, guys. You'll love this video. Can I show the puppy video, the pup video? Let's see the dog video, and we'll see. Okay, I want to show that to everybody, and it's going to be a cool video if you guys can get to watch that in 1 second. It's a cool video if you guys are into, into dogs, etc. Just we stream, we have a good time, etc. Let's see what we have in terms of the back. Let's check the back. Look at this chart that, what is this? There we go. Look at that. And just so you know, our VIP in the back, look what Slim just dropped off. Bam, I just got a notification that Slim has, looks like Slim has upgraded a new chart for us, and I want to see that. I can't pull that up right now. Slim, I'll have to bring that up on the other handheld. He just brought up a chart on Gala. Nice chart, Slim. Love that chart. Bam, in the background. Very, very nice. I love when we're streaming and the guys in the back are throwing up charts. It is the coolest thing in the world. Okay, you guys want to see the pup? Okay, check this out. If I can bring this up on my specific laptop, here we go. Now these are Craig's dogs. Those are Craig's puppies right here. All right, very cool pups. Craig, nice to see the dogs. We like the dogs. Let's see what we got here. You guys will like this. And Pathfinder with an O. Look at him. He's like, "Why are you taking a picture of me, dude? Where is this going to be posted?" All right, it's a very cool dog. That's for Pathfinder. Now here is the clincher. This is the cinch. This is why Luke was not around yesterday, because look at this.
So cute.
You want me to take her out?
Yeah.
She's just a baby.
What a cool family. Cool addition to the family.
You want to put her on the ground? What's her name? Hello. Wait, what's her name?
I don't know. What do you think her name should
He looks so cute. I don't know. I feel like Nugget.
I heard it. I heard the name, and I heard Nugget. That is so cool. If you call the dog Nugget, that is the coolest thing in the world. If your daughter came up with the name of the dog, the Golden Nugget, boy, you are in for it, okay? I don't know if you know that, Luke, but a great video. We love it. But I heard her at the end. I didn't hear it the first time. You guys hear her say, in terms of the name, I think she says Nugget. You guys listen.
He looks so cute. I don't know. I feel like Nugget.
There you go, right there. I think maybe I got it wrong, but Luke, you can confirm. I think that is just awesome because it's a golden little pup. It's a very cool pup, guys. Awesome family, awesome dog. Dog, I gotta say, in the house, huh? Congrats, I gotta say, congratulations. We love the family video, etc. Thank you for sharing that with us. What a cool pup. That is awesome. Looks like a chicken nugget. Says looks slim. It's a small little dog. But you guys all know this, the Golden Nugget, right? It's just funny that the kid would come up with Golden Nugget, right? I'm almost right because in terms of that is obviously the Golden Nugget is a casino. You guys know that clearly. Everyone knows the Golden Nugget's one of the most prominent casinos and famous casinos in the U.S. So just leave it to Luke's kiddo, just like Golden Nugget. It's the coolest thing a kid could say. If you guys are plugged in, that is awesome. In terms of that, I think it's a Pomeranian, huh? Pomeranian pup. Power, boom. I thought at first it was going to be a Doge dog, and then I was like, oh no, it's not but it is. It looks like a chicken nugget. So tiny, huh? It's such a small dog, and in that little canister case, etc. Like really, it literally, it's kind of lunch size. It's just just not. I don't mean that seriously, but it's just such a tiny pup. You can put them in the palm of your hand, just so small. So excited to see that go on with the family. You Doge traders, I know you're looking for a nice segue up there in line in concert with BTC right now. So we're trying to have some fun, having a good time. Let me see what we got. Yep. Nugget it is. It is Nugget. So the Golden Nugget, man, that is awesome. You have the Golden Nugget in your house, and everyone knows this. I mean, I don't even have to show this, but look at this, guys. Golden Nugget. Golden Nugget. This was what, unfortunately, guys, this was awful. But this was what someone's coin did today. Boom, and it went down 99%. That was just awful, right? That was just really bad when I saw that. Hopefully it wasn't intentional. I just say that. Oh, I really hope it wasn't intentional that coin went down 99%. And looking at the Golden Nugget, just so we know, yes, there are Golden Nuggets, and that's really cool because Luke is into big time earthly, like mining and big time, orchestrated, you show them what you do. It's big time stuff. I also like this, the Golden Nugget. Bam, nice casino action. So you definitely have a Golden Nugget in the house. That is just awesome, man. That is such a cool pup. I'm excited for you, Luke. And I know you missed the stream last night. We went through a bunch of stuff. But exciting to see that the family's doing well and kiddos are having fun. You got a new addition to the family. Next, who has to clean up after Nugget? That's just going to be part of the problem with the deal with the pup. So Nugget it is. That is just awesome. And as we look at our community, it's just okay. I watch the numbers just completely go down when we watch a video. So I'm like, I don't care, guys, just go. People who don't want to be a part of the community, etc. That's just us. That's what we cover. That's what we do. We have a community, and it's the top shelf traders, and we spend so much time together in the back rooms, DM, etc. It's like, of course, we're going to get together and chill and show videos and have fun. So if people take off, oh no, that's okay. We'll be okay with that. In terms of the potential move here, we can talk about the contraindications right now. Right, we can talk about essentially all of the detailed parameters, whether or not, even potentially the one bad habit I have out of all of this, or the one kind of hidden habit. I brought it up last night. It was about a discussion I had previously with you in terms of an ascending triangle. I keep going back to this specific pattern. You guys know we've traded so many of them. If you've been trading on BTC, it's like, how can we not continue to kind of go back to this notion of an ascending triangle? It's like automatic, really, in terms of the framework of looking at this on the daily. It's like, it's just there, right? As we look on the 4 hourly, that flat top isn't exactly there. We talked about the rounding on BTC, and I discussed the fact that that is something that traders don't like. I discussed that early in terms of that top level ellipse that we would talk about in terms of this specific notion here, that specific formation. I just discussed, like, traders just don't like it, right? It's just not. It's not favored because we have within here a flat top. We have an ascending line of resistance. We just have a lot of different parameters that it would just be much simpler if we just had a flat top, or just a descending line of resistance, or an ascending line of resistance, however it wanted to formulate itself to give us a bit more clarity. But we have all three. We have the flat top, we have the ascending line of resistance, and we have the descending line of resistance. So it's a difficult, like I say, it's just not a favored pattern for us to really dig into. So looking at the framework, and Luke, thank you for sharing the video with us. That's really cool. Appreciate that, brother. Very cool. And shout out to the entire family. I hope you guys are doing well with the pup and everything's going well. And I can't imagine people were talking about Doge and people who wouldn't have time for a dog. Like, what the heck is wrong with them? Honestly, like, what's wrong with these people? Huh? Some of these people, they don't have time. I just see that some people just leave the room. Like, you don't have time for a puppy video, man? It's like, what is wrong with you? It's like, who doesn't have time for a puppy video? Anyway, so we'll move on. But it's tough to respect that. You got to have time for a pup video. I bet they don't like Doge either. And that's okay if they don't like Doge. In terms of the top line resistance, we'll look at this, okay? In terms of this hit to resistance, we are currently within that threshold, okay? We've been drawing, and primarily I want to talk about one thing with you guys tonight, and anyone who skirted out early is going to miss this, unfortunately. Look at this line I've just drawn. I think it's very important in terms of the technical approach to this right now. Look at the 4 hourly. You can look at the daily, okay? Certainly as well, the 4 hourly, the hourly. I want to clearly demonstrate that this level of support is separate and apart from this level of this level of resistance, period, on the hourly. You guys got that? Look at this level of support. This is a cross trend line here. Bam. Okay, so to the extent that anyone wants to try and expand the upside target, okay, great. No problem. That can be done a few different ways by choosing the most aggressive pattern in play, right? We could look at a different level of the extension, right? If we were going to expand the top line threshold, if we were going to go to the Fibonacci trend extensions and go from the top to the bottom, right? If we were to get into this framework a bit, we could expand it. Just, I'd say find an appropriate pattern to match the next upside potential Fibonacci extension, right? Yeah, sure, no problem. Luke, you're absolutely welcome. My pleasure in terms of showing that. Let's see what we got. Boom, boom, boom. My pleasure. Bam. And in terms of this framework, I just want to caution anyone who wants to, and I've been tempted to do this as well, guys. As we look at the speed resistance fan to the upside, I've been tempted as time has gone on a bit to dig into and to frame things kind of like this. Right, I've wanted to frame things like this, right, in terms of this top line, kind of a resistance through this general zone, and maybe we push it from this area here to, we go ahead and push it to this area, to this area, to this area, and we wind up with something just really nice and colossal, right? We wind up with a big, huge upside potential expectation with resistance, support, and we get a little, a little bit difficult in this area, right? We're kind of off in this area, but we're back on this area, we would say, right? So we do have this trend line from here, resistance to a level of support. The more that we do that, we're not really in touch with a solid line of breakout that is anything but potentially ongoing right now. It's not clearly technically indicated. So when we're looking at this smaller portion in here, I want you to have kind of the same guidelines. Make sure that you have multiple hits on the same line of resistance, multiple hits on the same line of support that is clearly technically indicated on the monthly, or on the we want to go to the weekly. Let me go to that weekly real quickly just to reframe things, how simplistic and how clearly indicated this is on the weekly chart. Bam, bam. You guys see that? Hugely important line of resistance, line of support. Okay, so that's just as clear as daylight, right? In terms of the daily, I'm going to caution anyone who wants to include this portion in the underlying triangulation. Okay, given the fact that we haven't really covered this. So as you guys are looking at BTC or any other chart, make sure that you mind any cross trend line. Okay, the cross trend line, this level of support to resistance area, hugely important right now. As you're going to look at and as we further refine our upside targets, just be aware the support to the resistance is a big deal. Okay, a big deal. That excludes this from this pattern, right? It's unless we've found some sort of variable approach, we wanted to drive in through this area or this area through here, in which we have a variability. I think that would disqualify it. Just this is the strongest, most prominent line here of support to resistance that exists, that is there right now on the chart. So be aware of that support to resistance feature. Be aware of the fact that it excludes this move here from being your amplitude per se, like your immediate target. It just does, because everyone would love that to be the amplitude to carry up, etc. Right? And again, with the extensions and some help along the way, we can achieve a higher level threshold or a higher overall upside target. I want to shout out to Freddie for the super chat last night. Want to shout out to Angel, overall super chat king at 58.5K. Angel, my man, how are you, brother? Much love to you. Hope you're doing well. And Freddie, thank you for that last night. It was fun. Got to do some graphics and some different stuff. We'll continue to add more stuff. And in terms of like graphics, cool. We got a jet, we got a missile, we got a whatever the rocket, not a missile, but Angel's got a rocket. We have Spaceman. We have the Bitcoin Bull. We have guys. We have a lot of stuff on the channel. Kind of cool stuff to see how things could develop over the period of the next year. It could be a lot of fun. Looking forward to it. So looking at this specific framework, if anyone wanted a warning, if you feel good when you get warnings and you like those in your trade game and you want an alert and a siren to go off, well, we can give you one here. I've been discussing this with VIP in the back in terms of the descending triangle. There we go. Everyone be warned, we have a descending triangle on the 30-minute, right? Then you could say, well, on the hourly as well, it's pretty darn close. We have kind of a descending triangle. It's close, guys, within threshold. Descending triangle on the hourly as well. Putting that into context, though, on the preceding level, we're real close to having a descending triangle as well. As you guys look at that, a descending, we have somewhat of an indicated flat bottom here that did not express itself really on a further touch down. That would be the one difference here, is that we do have a little bit of a further march along laterally before the second touchdown here. Technically a bearish pattern, the descending triangle. It is the bearishness is combated by the fact that we do have a very nice channel formation here. Okay, that channel formation would be bullish, would be a bullish expression, and BTC has just not wanted to stop. At some point, it's going to hit either a target to the upside from a pattern. You guys know this is either going to hit a target to the upside. In terms of like, what would your take? How do you know when something's going to stop? You're either going to hit a pattern, or you're going to I'd say hit an extension, one of the two. So as you look at those two options, just be prepared for either of the two to occur here. Okay, in terms of listen, I was going to say also in addition, obviously the like a level of resistance. Okay, in terms of like when yesterday Angel brought up this, and I've been thinking about it a little bit in terms of like your upside. How do you know when the top is? When we were to discuss something like this, well, in terms of we have this typical, I'd say, approach with BTC. We go through this a lot. Let me try and clarify what is on kind of on my mind right now in terms of upside targeting. We like to work with standardized formations that are expressive within the framework of a coin that is expressed previously, right? What is the behavior of the coin telling us about its ability to move up, right? And in BTC, it's fairly clear. Right now, we have two situations or two instances, and we've done this before, but as you would talk about tops, this is just merely a representation of top side targeting, right? And we would have some variability there in a long to where if it wanted to or it could, you can never say that or guarantee that something's going to complete the next pattern. That is the market. It's like if you're going to know for certain, let's say if you were to certainly know the as you would try to stack a third level here, right? Those were failures in terms of achieving a 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5. It's done this twice, 1, 2, 3, 4, or really a 5, a frustrated 5 in here. So as you would look at the targeting to the upside, it's going to be sometimes it'll be a failed pattern. right? Which you can't prevent in the market, guys. We've been having failed patterns for a long time. Look back in the back at some old Dow charts in the 30s or something along those lines. Look at the failed patterns they had back in 1930s. It's nothing to it's nothing. It's no problem to be a part of a trade in a failed pattern, but you just have to understand that was it. That was the top. The buyers ran out of juice, right? There's no more rocket fuel. It's over, right? So we talk about either that. The patterning, right, with the upside target, clearly there's an upside target with each of these specific patterns that gives us, an indication in terms of how high it's going to move or how much higher it could. They're expressive as well. These are, I'm going to say, typically highly expressive as well on the Fibonacci extensions. Okay, those extensions are real crucial. I'd say take targets as you would start to refine your approach to the upside. Those take targets on an extension. So, looking at a pattern or looking at those extensions, I think, is the best approach. And neither is guaranteed. You guys know that in terms of whether or not you would complete a pattern or whether or not you would, whether or not you would complete to the next level or not even die out at mid-level between two extensions, right? And this sounds complicated, right? But to the extent that it's we don't want it to be a scapegoat, right? We don't want to be, well, then I guess you don't know when how high something is going. Well, within threshold, I mean, we're looking at the next play. We're looking at the next move. We're looking at the most strategic way to approach the next move. If we were to go to the fib extension right now, just to bring this up, I know that, Angel, you brought this up last night, and I want to go over this specifically for you. I hope you're there. And let me see if I can get you. Let me go ahead and text you in the back and see if you are around. Angel, my brother, this is London. Let me know if you are around because I would like to talk about some targets on BTC. We hope you're there, and shout out in the chat if you get a chance, brother. Hope you're doing well. All right, great. I'll just send that over to him right now, and we're going to discuss something that the entirety, I don't know, the average retail investor right now is not plugged into. So I'm glad that you guys are plugged into this discussion in terms of upside targeting. Okay, we're going to discuss this as well as possible right now. Now, we have discussed this specific resistance across the top framework. Okay, we discussed that we're currently at on BTC, right? I can remove this speed resistance fan. If it's nice, it will let me just decrease. On your resistance fan, you can always either increase it or decrease it, all right? I'll just decrease it completely, but I want to give us a notion of an upward trend right now within the framework of an upward trend that we're in, okay? And in terms of and let me dial back 2 seconds on a different board. Hold on. Let me clean up this secondary screen so that I can fully focus on this one. I need to drag one thing over. There we go. Okay. Now, in terms of the extensions, okay, assume the upward trend, etc. Okay, with the resistance fan. In terms of, I can delete that. Let me just go ahead and hide this for a moment so you can get a clearer picture. Let me hide this for a moment. I want to talk about the extensions, the Fibonacci extensions, exactly where we're parked right now. All right, we discussed the symmetrical triangulation. We brought that over from the weekly, right? Very clearly indicated from the weekly. Bam, we've met our target on the weekly. Done. Signed, sealed, delivered. Bam. We met our target on this small triangulation. You guys know that. Now, I bring up the triangulation because on the daily, the 4 hourly, etc., one of the targets of the symmetrical triangulation, which is expanded, remember, we always get more. You guys know this, but we get more price action. We get more express volatility on the lower time frames. As we dig into the lower time frames, you'll see this, right? You see the exterior to the interior, right? This interior carried over from the weekly, but more volatility on the exterior, around the exterior, the secondary pattern framework. Now, we haven't reached the top, right? We have not reached that amplitude at the top. You guys know that. We have not reached this amplitude move to the top of this triangulation. Bam, it'd be a hefty move, additional move up to the top, let's say 55K. Right now, we're looking at to get to, we're trying to get up to 50K, right? So as we would, and there'd be a few, there'd be one more aggressive level that I would say, but I would gauge every move by the preceding move on the micro. That's just what I would do. In terms of the specific reason I'm bringing up this triangulation again is because of this carry up feature that is inherent with every single symmetrical triangle. It's not just this one. It's every symmetrical triangle that you ever trade, period. Can achieve its maximum. Its target can be achieved, period. Aside from the amplitude, nix that out, guys, can be achieved through carrying up as one option on the trade, guys. It's an option. It can play either way. In terms of this level of support, we can bring it up to this specific original, I'd say, pivot in to the triangulation. Okay, so this would be a very specific scenario where right now the catch at this carried up feature of the line, the lower line. You don't have to question. You can question that if you guys want to, but if you'll do a little bit of research, like with the New York Institute of Finance or anybody else who really, any other group that really knows, carries their weight and their salt in terms of TA, you will find this, I promise. All right, it's exactly the reason why we caught the same principle. Just understand, the same principle is exactly why we caught and why we do catch in terms of the bull pennant. Guys, it's the same reason why normally we catch a bull pennant in a bull flag. You guys know that. And why does a symmetrical consolidation catches in the formation of a specific channel almost every time, right? Almost every time that buyers are there to pick up, right? There's a distinct possibility that we get this channel formation. We can go to the candle wicks for a little bit of variation on that, right? But that's the distinguishing factor and feature there that is shared with on the bull pennant end of things, also on even a coil reversal in terms of the level of support being brought up. It's the same notion. You guys got that, right? It's the same thing. That is exactly what we just experienced on the 30-minute. You guys get that, right? It's the same thing we're looking at on the 30-minute. I've just inverted the chart. Period. We're literally in a channel formation now on that catch line of the channel formation on the candle wicks. The same thing we just looked at on the 30-minute, right? The same exact thing. So as I discuss that, I want to kind of lay over the top of this discussion as to whether or not there's an additional level above, with at least the notion right now that we are at a key instrumental level of the extensions. Let's check this out. Let's dig into this. This instrumental level of the extensions. Let me see in terms of this extensions, just to give you an idea. Let's go to the 38.2. Let me bolden these up a little bit. I have them drowned out just a touch so that we could have them in the background and I could focus on any specific level I wanted to. So the 38.2 is directly in play immediately right now, right? That 38.2. We haven't discussed this with too much, I'd say with too much frequency. Maybe I've alluded to it a few times, but if you go to the candle wicks, guys, draw your Fibonacci extensions. Go from the low, bam, preceding low, initiation of the recent trend to the upside, bam, bam, and here we go in terms of bam to the downside, 33,112, right? As we would look at this feature here right at the 38.2, it should give you a lot of confidence right now as you see the overlap of the pattern, right, of this specific pattern feature in the framework of the option. Now you see, oh, it's an option, right, in terms of there's a potential for this being literally the high of the, I'd say the high, let's say the maximized target, and that would be it. I don't want to say maximize target. It could be the ultimate end of the trade for the symmetrical triangulation. It is an option to have for the traders, and as any finalized target, we can say finalized target on a symmetrical triangulation, it should give you some degree of reinforcement, the fact that you're right at that 38.2. That's crucially important. That's 38.2% of this preceding move here, right? Of the entirety of this move, 38.2% is now stuck right at that level of the extension. The next move up, if we were just purely to go on the extensions, some people will, all right? And the same people, okay, that may be a different group, but just understand, it's like, well, you know, are they guaranteed for it to work? Well, guys, the same, as you would look at it, the same that you wouldn't necessarily be guaranteed for the next pattern to fully play out, right? Well, we had a bull flag. It's supposed to repeat the entirety of the flagpole to move to the upside, and it didn't, right? That occurs, right? So within the understanding that those individuals who may just be pushing for that next specific Fibonacci extension level, period, I tell you this much: if they're that advanced in terms of Fibonacci extensions, if they are, and to the extent that they're that advanced on Fibonacci extensions, I'll just tell you they're probably within a framework of the patterns as well. Don't you guys think? I'd say without a doubt they're within the framework of the patterns as well. And to the extent that they would underplay or someone would just be comfortable with, well, I'm just going to shoot for the 53,089, or we're going for the golden pocket, the 57,000 to 59,000 period. Right, and I've drawn these a few different times on the actual lines versus on the actual candle wicks. So hugely important as you guys would recognize right now at the 38.2 that the next level up would be that specific 10% additional move, 9.9% to 47 guys, excuse me, 53,000 with $4,781 additional added on. Okay, so trying to read, they got so many numbers. For some reason this right hand column here is just bothering me. I have I'll fix that later, but I think I had readjusted, or maybe I'm on the wrong. I think Doge got the good settings. Doge has the good settings, nice and small framework of the specific. Let me go to this and change the background. I'll change this because it is bothering me. Let me go to a smaller scale text. There we go. Now I can breathe. That's nice. Have those big numbers. Sometimes it's good for you guys because you can read them, but it's kind of annoying from this end of the ball game just to have huge numbers over here. So glad I took care of that. So that's where we're at. We're at the 38.2. It's just brilliant to see it absolutely parked. Just want to check on Doge. Doge up 1.4%, potentially moving to the upside. Not a bad move there. Let's see this pattern, this percentage move here for the Doge crew. What's up, Doge? Can you pop that specific bull flag? 12.53% to the upside. That would be a nice move for Doge. It's not structurally perfect. You guys know that. There's it has kind of a rounding feature in terms of the bull flag. But for Doge to be technically perfect would be a real long shot, guys. You know that. We've traded a lot of Doge on live on stream. That is a pretty good looking bull flag for Doge. Trying to hold that level of support, carving in along that level of support, hugely important. Did anyone check out Doge 5L? Not sure anyone checked that out at all on LBank. Pretty cool stuff in terms of LBank. I don't know if anyone has actually looked at that, but that would be an interesting move for if it were to move. Let's say 10%. It's a 10% indicated. Let's just look at this. A potential move for 12%. Huh? Potential 12%. Let me make sure that on Doge. Preceding move, and I'll capture the entirety of that. That's just about right. Into this area here. Let's see what this would be. That would be an additional 12.75% to the upside. Not bad. Let's see what BTC has in store. Want to shout out to all the VIP. Everybody, hope you're doing well. It's the middle of the week. Hope you guys can relax a little bit the rest of the week, and look forward to that weekend coming around. And yes, let's take a look at this measurement to the upside, about 6.25%. So yeah, Doge essentially doubling potentially the move for BTC. To the extent that your preference is to have heavier positions in BTC for fundamental reasons, etc., I won't argue with you. But to the extent that you want to actually trade Doge and just enjoy it and get that extra 6%, etc., particularly if you're on a 5L with Doge, that's nice. I would caution in terms of the 5L, those leverage coins may require you to get in earlier and sell later. That's one of the things about they reward when it goes, and then it really goes and really goes. You'll have a tighter spread on those specific coins if you try and speed trade them, if you try and day trade them. There's a little bit of a tighter spread. They are backed up by options, and you guys know not financial advice at all, but you need to be careful with those leverage coins, right? It allows for you to have a little bit less of a capital exposure. That's the idea, or more of a compound in terms of the capital returns, right? The returns on your capital. So that's a good thing. So nice to see that in terms of Doge. Very nice to see. So we're parked at the 38.2. The next level up is that 53,089 on BTC, that 50%. A little bit of interaction directly along this line, which is the 23.6 on BTC. Direct hit here. This level of, I'd say, variability in this zone here, it can kind of, it's not that reassuring, to tell you the truth, on the macro, but we have to settle with the macro. We just have to settle with the macro, the preceding move with this retracement here identified. It's just crucial that we settle with the macro instead of any of the variabilities within this this range feature here while it's patterning, with the understanding that it was in the process of patterning. I think that's really crucial to understand. So we're going to be trading this specific bull flag, like any other bull flag, with the understanding that we're up against a line of resistance. You guys understand that? And it's not a time to shy away. It's not a time to be afraid of the market, right? But we do need to understand that this bull flag is forming underneath, right, underneath this level of resistance. Now, the preference would have been over, guys. It would have been over that level of resistance as identified by the candle wicks. Preference would be over to touch back in, carve back into, so we can break out of a top line resistance and not still have this additional resistance line to have to throttle through, right? That's a little bit, it's asking enough of the bulls. However, there seem to be quite a few of them around. On that note, we should probably go ahead and let me see if I can find, where is our, I got to find him. He's around here. Just one second. If you'll please bear with me. We have a bull, and we like to play the bull. If I can find the bull, where is our bull? Let's see what we got. You guys want to see the Bitcoin bull? I think he's nice. He has good music about him, etc. Pretty good behavior and manners, and it gets us away from the technicals for just 2 seconds, and we enjoy that. I hope you guys know it's just part of the channel, so we're going to go ahead and do it just one more time. The Bitcoin bull. Bitcoin in a bull flag. It makes sense. Nice to see it. You've only seen it here. We're excited in terms of no one else has a Bitcoin bull. Guys, we're excited to be able to bring that to you and share that on behalf of VIP to the VIP. You know, guys, it's cool stuff. So I'm excited about that. We're in a bull flag. I don't know what else we would want, guys. The only other thing I can say is it would be nice. It's nice to play macro features to the top, right? A macro pattern here. We're still in kind of a micro, a smaller, condensed pattern, as opposed to like this feature here was pretty nice. Look at this. That was a pretty nice bull flag, right? And now compare this bull flag here. Let's do this real quickly. I think we'll get something out of this. Compare this specific bull flag to, let's say, this bull flag that we had, or this bullish feature that we had in here that we were talking about earlier. You guys know it's like that pattern repeat of it's just like a cut and paste for Bitcoin, right? This has got to be on the minds of the traders. It's like, when do we get into another one of these? Because this is where BTC likes to go, right? This is what she likes to do. This is her pattern conformance. This is BTC. Right? You see this move to the upside, downward sloping channel, upside, downward sloping channel, upside, downward sloping channel, upside. You got it. With a fake out here. That was a rough fake out with Austria on top. So as we look at things, and we do have a different pattern in play here. We can definitely say we have a coil reversal, but the market is still just, kind of itching at the fact like, well, couldn't we have some sort of the similar measured move as we experienced beforehand, right? We're very accustomed to moving up. I just tell you guys, we're extremely accustomed to moving up this amount. Is that $23,000? We're very accustomed to moving up. Yeah, about $23,000 to $25,000. It just continually happens. Is this the 23 to 23, guys? 23 to 25,000. Here we go again. 23 to 25,000. That is within the express pattern behavior and abilities of Bitcoin to move up between $23,000 and $25,000. It just likes to do it. It's done it multiple times. So the market's kind of sitting here looking at a nice trajectory to the upside, and we've had consistently strong pricing behavior. It's just been consistently solid. So looking at, I do see Doge at 168. Yeah, I know VIP are trading Doge. Shout out to Doge. Shout out to anybody trading Doge. I know you guys are trading Doge. We trade Doge. We enjoy it, guys. We live stream it. It's like Sheeb. I think we may have gotten blacklisted with Sheeb. I don't know why. I think the channel got blacklisted potentially with Sheeb. It was around the same time. I don't know what happened. So shout out to anybody who did well on Sheeb. We caught both the Sheeb, the main deals, the main bull pennants on Sheeb at the very beginning when it got listed, and we caught it, the secondary one, to lead the market. So to reignite the market on Sheeb. So I don't think we really got blacklisted, but something happened around that time, and YouTube did not want this to become the Sheeb channel. I want to let you guys know because no one else caught that bull pennant. We caught it, and YouTube just turned off all the algorithm. It was like, just it's gone. And I'm like, well, that's not very friendly. Like, no one else got it. We got it, and for some reason, I just got the impression they were like, yes, you were the only one that got it. That's fine. It's just going to be that way. And for some reason, it kind of blacklisted us. They didn't like the fact that we got in that Sheeb that second bull pennant because I don't know, bragging rights or whatever it was, but they just didn't like it. The algorithm didn't like it very much. I'm like, well, that's uncool. Like, I just, sorry, excuse us, just VIP doing what VIP does. And some VIP did very well on Sheeb. Very, very well on Sheeb. Shout out to Angel Matos, numero uno, amigo. Que onda, hombre? Angel's one of the ones that did very well on Sheeb. He traded the heck out of it. Glad that we were able to bring all you guys the details on Sheeb, on Doge. Man, we want Doge to start going. And man, we want, I'm going to say this. We're excited that Doge is up from its target. Bam. We're excited that BTC is up from our target. Bam. As we look at this, let's just review right now that BTC, if you hit our bottom side target, guys, you're up 40% in 69 days. All right, not bad. 40% in about 69 days. If you hit the bottom side target that I know Pathfinder hit in terms of VIP, let's look at Doge. What would Doge be? Looking at Doge, real quickly, let me go ahead and go to the candle wick. Doge is up. This is very interesting, guys. I think you should pay attention to this. Bitcoin is up 40%. 40% in 69 days. Now, we could scroll back to the 69 days. I believe, as I look at that, looking at this, Doge was still retracing. So, BTC has actually beaten Doge over the last month, over the last 2 months. Very interesting. You guys been paying attention to that? BTC has outperformed Doge? Oh, man. This is impressive, huh? I mean, it's just impressive for Bitcoin. It's outperforming some of the altcoins. Now, the fact that Dogecoin got down to its 86% retracement is heavily noted because that's a heavier level of value. And then that sounds like, well, maybe you don't want to say that's a value zone, but it's a value zone. If you guys have seen like VeChain, what did VeChain pop up from? About right at its 86, right? Yeah. What did Rune pop up from? About it at its 86. We could go through the list. Quite a few have hit down into that classic 86 where Doge recently hit. And some of those have been real success stories in terms of like Rune, just like slamming price action. Nice to see it. Shout out to Angel and all the VIP. Anybody who was around for 2021 we brought up Rune. Very nice to see that has kind of been like a major source of discussion for the market. You guys know that recently everybody's like, oh, Rune, what's Rune doing, right? Along with Waves and some other hot coins right now. But Doge is not far off the map. We're going to say not far off the map. But yeah, it's nice to see BTC. And it's interesting that the Doge guys, they also trade Bitcoin and some other altcoins, etc. in our group. That's just cool. No problem. And now BTC did not 10x two different times in 2021. So we'll say that when Doge gets going, it gets going. You can kind of shut the market down. It has a tendency to do that. So in terms of this top level formation, let's settle with this. I want you guys to be fully, solidly aware of the fact we're at the 38.2. Bam. Okay, that's from the extension. Okay, from the preceding framework, go to the candle wicks on your extensions. Click 1, bam. Click 2, bam. From the low under 30,000. Under that 30,000 mark to 69,000, bam. Click 2, click 3, bam. To the bottom of the candles. Do that on your screen. Click 1, click 2, click 3 for the extension, Fibonacci extension. Okay, 1, 2, 3, bam. From the low to the high to the low. And look at that pardon me, you'll see the 23.6 below, but look at that 38.2, that secondary level. That's currently exactly where we are, that second threshold of the Fibonacci extension to the upside. Next level up, 50%. Okay, that's just as simply as we can look at the preceding zone here to look at to provide ourselves with some Fibonacci-based upside targets, some calculative upside targets. Understand, you do know this. We are expressing in line with this bullish feature. Okay, we are expressing, and it has the market looking at it, gawking. The bears are starting to gawk, right? They're starting to get interested in this, right? They're you know, the shorts are getting interested, right? As you would look at this, people are looking. Some people are shorting, and why? Because there is a descending triangle. There is a tough catch right here on the lines, guys, in the form of a bull flag. So these are contradictory patterns. Preceding zone, you had a flat line support and a descending line of resistance. So it's nothing new. It's nothing that BTC has not handled in the past. To the extent it would want to formulate beyond this bull flag, here in beyond that zone, and formulate throughout the residual here, and it could be a little bit more seriously considered to be, you know, I'd say biased towards the bears, in favor of the bears. Okay, and just do pay attention to that. That's something that you should never. I'd say that you should fully assess within the parameters of your overall risk assessment, right? So your general risk assessment. So sand up, Elon up, AVAX doing pretty well. LRC again. XCAT has continued to do what XCAT is going to continue to do. I tell you, XCAT has just flown up through the roof. Another 10%. That's an interesting chart, guys. I do look at that XCAT chart. That's an interesting chart. A big discount on XCAT. I just want to cover it real quickly. We look at the we just look at the technicals generally. I'll just remind everyone we're very focused on the technicals. So when I see something like XCAT, I like to apply it comparatively, technically, to the other coins in the market to see what we can learn about the other coins, the timing of their launch, and also even Bitcoin as I compare the altcoins to Bitcoin and try and see, are they is it a sustained kind of are they acting as market leaders, and we're going to expect a conformance, right, from BTC in terms of the pattern conformance. As you look at those altcoins, a lot of the altcoins have really dug in deeply to that 75 or some to that 80, roughly 85 or 86% retracement. So as we're seeing a lot of them react well, aside from like Waves, which was just hammered through, and Luna, which is just hammered through to new all-time highs. For the most part. Those are still in somewhat of a value zone relative to those all-time highs. So as is BTC now currently. So stay focused on this for now. This is the key feature I want to focus on tonight, that 38.2. You guys you got that 100%. Apply this to your other coins as well. From the low, bam, to the high, bam, down to the low, bam. Let those Fibonacci extensions tell you where you're at, what's your next threshold or your next target level, and just in terms of just pure Fibonacci work. I don't think that's a bad thing for us to kind of stick with and just say, cool. As you're looking at upside targeting, that's a good deal, right? That's a built-in framework of the program here in TradingView. It does work. It's a built-in portion of feature of TradingView. So you can rest assured that it does work. Now, is it 100% every time? No, that's not what I mean by it works. But you don't have to calculate anything. It's going to do the heavy calculative work for you. So that's more than we could ask, I'll tell you that. In terms of this top line resistance, be also aware of this fact that we're looking at a feature here on top of this specific bull flag. I'll be in the back. Just wanted to come live for just a little bit today, and sorry for starting a little bit late. Had a few different things to do, and but yeah, I definitely enjoyed last night's stream. It was a lot of fun. Freddie, thank you so much for kind of being the star of the show last night with your expression of gratitude. Thank you. That means a lot to me. And I'll let you guys know to the extent that I don't know if you know more Doge traders, because of everything else that's going on in the Doge community with whatever rug pull may have happened or didn't happen. I don't want to accuse anyone of a rug pull unless I don't want to be a part of the group to point fingers and insult and this and that. Because unless I speak directly with the source, I typically don't believe scam videos. When something overtly happens like that, and there are people saying, I gave into a coin and the coin is gone, and what happened, I'll definitely listen to that. But I want to stay a positive group. I guess that's the bottom line. I want us to be positive, focus on technical analysis, and to the extent you guys have any problems with anybody on the internet, just understand, aside from like something that may be documented like that, etc., in terms of I don't know, a rug pull if it happened, just understand that just always talk to the source, and if you guys you can you can talk to me in the back anytime you want to, but in terms of clarification, I'd like to hear more clarification. I don't want us to turn into a negative crowd. Like there's so many hours in the day, we really don't have that much time to spend on in terms of the disaffiliation with another group or something else. Hey, we'll maybe talk about it. If it becomes like news, maybe we'll talk about it, right? But other than that, I just encourage you guys to be positive, never be overexposed in BTC or any other coin. To the extent that you guys did compound in, I will shout out to AJ Crypto, top VIP. And in terms of his tenure with VIP, he's the longest standing VIP. I just really want to shout out to AJ Crypto. I know you had a good day in Sol. It seems to be going very well. You're trading in Sol. Also, your trade in BTC. Your acquisition level was beautiful, brother. Very good acquisition in terms of BTC. You've nailed it, and you have circumvented a lot of this hype that you know is out there in terms of it's time to buy. It's time to buy. It's like, well, AJ and the VIP bought way low, so that's very exciting to see AJ Crypto. And it's a pleasure to have you and the other VIPs. Guys, I will leave you with this extension. Let's focus on this, and we will I'll be live in the back for you guys for a while in terms of calling the specific this attempt to maintain this bull flag, and we just don't have really any strong indication aside from this small flat bottom here that we would want to not complete up and above this specific pattern. Now, would it be an indicated? I want to bring this up for you guys. Would there be a strategy to indicate a trigger trade up and above this level? Absolutely, right? A conditional trade, right? It's an interesting idea. You have a level of resistance here to get up and above. You have a level of resistance here to get up and above. This would be an interesting time frame or an interesting move here because of the double resistance level, and just for what it's worth to have a conditional trade. I.e., if Bitcoin reaches this mark here, up and above this ultimate line of resistance, which would be above this line of resistance, above this line of resistance, a trade would trigger for purchase. Boom, to carry up. It's interesting. If you were already in a position, I would say, and I'm going to let you guys govern that. How about that, if you're already in a position? But I'll bring up the hypothetical for the conditional trade up and above, and bring up the fact that you can execute those without too much complexity, right? It's an if-then kind of conditional statement. It's just a trigger trade, conditional upon executing a price or the price being reached in the market. If you execute those, remember, you're always going to want to raise the threshold of the price you're willing to pay up and above the market price that's reached. Okay, you want to pay more than the market price. Okay, if you reach a conditional, to make sure that you actually execute your trade. You don't want to wake up and a trade be much further up and beyond and realize, oh, I just set it at the conditional price. Say conditional price would be 49,000. Well, it reached 49,000, so that was the condition, i.e., the market reaches 49,000. If it reached 49,000, I want to enter into a trade, and I'm going to pay 49,000. Wrong. You're going to set the condition for 49,000. The market reaches 49,000. You're still going to have to deal with the bid ask, right? You're still going to have to deal with getting into the position, so you need to be competitive with your purchase price. Okay, you understand this? So you're going to need to bid over the 49,000, essentially. You guys can work through those details. You understand, not financial advice. Just consider that if you ever do get into a trigger trade. It's kind of stop loss mentality with a little bit more aggression in the form of a bullish play on the market, right? So look forward to being with you guys in the back. And it was Wednesday, a little bit tired, but I was like, I want to go ahead and stream just for a little bit anyway. And to the extent that you guys are having a good week, I hope it gets even better so far as we're heading into the weekend. That's a good thing, right? We got VIP weekend coming up. We'll try and do some good streams and hanging out. And I would anticipate that BTC will have moved by Friday. Hey, that's a good thing. I'm hoping tomorrow, by tomorrow we should be up and out of this specific deal. We may get some action early on in this evening, so we'll be around for that. But I know when it consolidates, it's kind of like, okay, what is there anything else that anything else it wants to do other than channel, right? It's been doing this how long, guys? How long has it been just channeling? It's a good time to chill and chat and catch up on the details. It's been doing this for 3 days. Okay, so ain't no thing, right? That's no problem. We can definitely deal with that. Watch on Doge. You guys see this line of support here? Just watch on Doge. You've got this darn descending triangle built into the framework of BTC. It's just risk, guys. Don't be overexposed. You guys know that. Cover your upside position, period. It's easy, right? That's always the answer. 9 times out of 10, that's the answer. Just cover your upside position, right? You don't need to be, you don't need to be a maximalist in terms of your trading necessarily. So looking at the descending triangle here, we have kind of a, as we look at Doge, kind of a bear flag here, right? We would look at this along this supposed line of support, but yeah, it's kind of looking like a bear flag to the downside potential. So, protect your position at all times through not being overexposed. We look forward to BTC getting up and out. We talked about one mechanism this evening in terms of conditional trade that is a safeguard against a double resistance. I think that is useful. I hope you guys can look into that a little bit more on whichever exchange you're on, and maybe ask your customer service, how would I do a conditional trade? How would I do a conditional or a trigger trade? How would I do that, right, in terms of protecting your position right now, or in terms of protecting your entry to the next trade? Because it could get a little choppy in here, right? It could be you've got a double level of resistance, right? And if you're carrying up from this level, the ultimate solution is hitting your targets. If you're carrying up from our bottom line target, you are so smoothly in the clear right now. You are so relaxed while everyone else is looking at a trigger trade, a conditional, getting over a double resistance. You're like, man, I'm cool. This is fine. This is beautiful. This is exactly what targets were made for, right? So congratulations to AJ Crypto. Congratulations, to that notion to Angel for $7.79 entry on BTC. He watches this between the 50 and the 60 and the 70 and then the 30 and then yeah. It's going down. It's going up, right? Can you imagine? That's a good thing that we have you here, Angel and AJ. Thank you for being front end sitter on your BTC and your Solana trade. Excited about that, brother. Genuinely excited about that. And we look forward to hearing more about all of your trades here soon from Slim, from Luke, from Pathfinder. Hope you guys are all going to continue to do impressive things. I know you will in 2022. Freddie, all the guys, Craig as well. And we will be building. Guys, if I don't know. I have a feeling this is a distinct intuition that I have right now. I just want to run it by you guys. We're sitting here. Things are kind of quiet. But they're not really quiet. It's a really top shelf group with VIP. It just is, guys. A lot of quality traders, top shelf technicalists, like in terms of application of fundamentals, technical analysis, period. Really strong. Now, and I've been kind of saying, well, maybe it's kind of quiet, or maybe we want some more VIPs. Just watch. You guys remember, if you remember it all in 2021, when Doge took off and we were live streaming Doge, we had over 100, I think over 118, was it 118 VIPs? The first month. So be prepared, okay? We may need captains in the back in terms of the rooms or whatever. I don't know what we're going to do, but if something like that were to happen this year, understand that VIP can get kind of out of control very quickly, okay? And I don't know. I don't know. That's why I say, like with Sheep, maybe we got blacklisted, because with Sheep we probably could have had another 100 or 200, VIPs, all Sheep, warriors. I don't know. Sheep's got some interesting news, by the way. We'll maybe talk about that in the back, etc. You guys looking at that Sheep news. They've got some interesting developments. They're coming along with some things interesting to see. Would like to see Doge come along with some interesting things as well. But yes, just be prepared. Quietness may be, to the extent that it could endure. I'd be happy with the. 1 second on the other screen. There we go. I would be happy to see that that we could. I don't know. I'll take it either way that it chooses to go. Just appreciate the kind of the ability to relax in the back, etc. while we have it. Okay, if you're not already VIP, I want to encourage you to join maybe before things get out of control. I don't know that they would get out of control in terms of us having another 100 VIPs, but it gets a little rambunctious in the back in terms of VIP. So to the extent that it's a good proving ground and learning ground right now, you guys are top shelf. I appreciate it. You're awesome. And I'll be in the back soon. If you guys have a specific coin that you are looking at, make sure and let me know through posting something in the back. And there we go. Gala, look at this. This is great. Just look at these charts coming in from Slim. Look at that, guys. That's a beautiful, beautiful chart. That Gala, I brought that to you guys at that bull flag breakout. Nice to see it doing extremely well. Just look at those charts. That's Slim in the back. Just really, really nice charts. Just top shelf, guys. We appreciate having you. And Ultimate, hope you guys take care on Wednesday. We got Thursday, then Friday, then Saturday. That'll work, guys. Only 3 days, really 2 days left to go in the week. Appreciate you guys tuning in for a bit. VIP is the way to be. I appreciate it so much. And we'll talk to you soon, guys. This is London with